Welcome to the Business Spotlight podcast. My name is Kay Cote, and I'm your host for today's episode. And today on the show, I have Andrew DiLullo, CEO of AdCrunch, as my guest. We're going to be learning about his business, his journey to business ownership, best practices that he's learned along the way, and challenges that he's faced to give you that inside look to what it's like to build and operate a business. Welcome, Andrew. Thanks so much for being on the show.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, before we dive into all things business, I'd love to share a bit about you with our audience. So take us back as far as you want and share a bit about yourself.
Okay, yeah. So I guess I'll just go with the whole origin story. I feel like that's easiest. I know, Kay, you said you had a business in I think it's the electronic dance music community. I actually used to be like a DJ. I went to school for audio production, so I can relate there. And I actually got into what I'm doing now, which is marketing and advertising. Very specifically, we build landing pages and run ads on Facebook and Google to those landing pages. So we're kind of doing the whole funnel. And we make creative to do that as well. Um, but that, yeah, kind of that started from being in the audio industry. I was doing that for artists, like EDM artists, like bands. I was like running ads for them, doing all that stuff. I actually bought a bunch of Spotify and SoundCloud accounts at one point and was like reposting their stuff to get them plays. And so that was kind of the like genesis of all of that. And very quickly figured out businesses would pay you a lot more money than musicians. So that was a pretty easy transition. Who would
I
have
know that.
thought?
I know that world.
Yeah. Um, and so and I feel like since then I've always had clients. I feel like I've gone on and off from like having clients working at places, and then about 2 years ago I actually met my business partner Victor like 5 years ago, but 2 years ago we really started working together, and we're able to pull like a real ad agency together, not like a glorified like freelance business. So
I have to say, your origin story is like the flip-flop of mine. I was in the advertising space and then switched to music.
that's funny.
That's really funny. That's a whole nother episode, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, okay. So you mentioned a business partner. So now, okay, when did you guys found the company?
Well, I founded AdCrunch in 2022, but like we started working together in 2024, beginning of 2024.
Okay, so you got the partner in 2024. Okay, I'm just taking a few notes. Oh, awesome. Okay, so is there anybody else on your your leadership team or executive team, or is it just you guys, or how does that look?
Yeah, so it's Victor and I, and then we have somebody else we're working with. His name is Kevin. He's like basically a fractional COO. Like I found out like Victor's really good at selling. I'm really good at like making things, but neither of us are good at organizing people. And we found out that that becomes a big problem really quickly. So that's why we have that's why we have Kevin.
I'm just laughing because it's so relatable. I get it. Okay, well, that's awesome. That I mean, that right there is a golden nugget in itself to find success and being a business owner is like finding the people and putting them in the places where you need to fill those gaps, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so now between the three of you, are there any other employees or how many employees do you have?
Yeah, it's we probably have at any given time like 12 to like 14 contractors we're working with. I'm not like my goal would to I know people with like $10 million a year agencies that don't employ anyone. That's kind of like our goal. It's like contractors like put people in where it makes sense. Maybe eventually we'll employ like one or two people, but pretty much everything we do is like contractor with like a big payout if you have performance. So there's like uh, at least in our eyes, and I think most people's eyes, it's like it's you can make a lot more doing something like that if you can actually perform. And as like an ad agency, like we really just want to incentivize performance. So if you can scale an account, if you can, you know, take over the client and the whole project, like we really incentivize that. So,
Amazing. Okay, well, that's good to know too, how you're structuring that.
mm.
And looking at when was there like an aha moment for you, or when did you decide to like form the agency as opposed to either freelancing or doing other things? Was there like something that was just like, I need to make this real. I need to make this bigger than me.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't think anyone who has an ad agency like had one on purpose, to be honest. I think everybody is just kind of like it was kind of just happenstance. But yeah, I this is also, I guess, part of the origin story too. But I worked at a hair extension company. I grew their revenue like quite a bit. I put like $25 million of revenue on the table for them, and I was like, oh my gosh, I want to go do this myself. Found somebody to fund it. That ended up not working out. And so after that, I kind of didn't know what to do, and then I just started getting like clients randomly, praise God. And it just kind of went from there. So it wasn't really anything we intended to do. It just kind of happened. And yeah, and looking forward, our goal is not an agency. It's like this is like a playground for us to build assets and find people and employ them to actually like go and sell a product or some kind of other service later on. I think with innate and like ChatGPT and like all of these, agents and things. I mean, the world of SaaS is about to just explode. Like it's insane some of the stuff that you can chain together. And so we're trying to play in that. Like we're starting to try and play in that field right now by just developing like some kind of or by developing like marketing technology that can help people like make videos um or like we have like an ICP creator that like scrapes your Amazon reviews, your competitors' Amazon reviews, your reviews on your website, like competitor reviews on your website, and then it spits out like a whole document of like, here's where people are pissed off about your product. Here's what people are pissed off about your competitor's product. Here's what we think you could do better. Here are the people that are buying this. Here's like, yeah. So yeah, there's a lot there. But anyways, yeah, that's how I got into it, and that's kind of what we're like looking to do more of in the future. So.
Oh, amazing. Yeah, I love this kind of like this little Easter egg you just dropped about
Yeah.
kind of bringing in the AI components and different agents and different things. So do you have like a formalized kind of structure to how you're going to do that, or is that more just like ideation right now?
No, we have I'm building something. We're almost to like V1 where like you just put in your website. We create like an ICP. We create scripts based off of our prompts, and then it takes those scripts, it puts it into HeyGen, and then it takes a voice from 11 Labs, it like finds an actor that's gonna like fit your ICP, and it also generates backgrounds based off of the website, and then it edits all of those things together so you can get like a face to camera video of someone like talking over your product or like one of your videos or something. But yeah, it's kind of crazy. I mean, they're like we have the people who are working on it know how to code, but it's like it's not that hard to do. Like I think something like that 3 years ago would have been impossible, and now it's like you can go find somebody who's like okay at automation and make something like that. So
It's kind of crazy how it's all happening, but yeah, thanks for the deep dive into that.
Mhm.
And do you see any potential, say, roadblocks or challenges coming up that you guys are going to be possibly facing or maybe are facing as you grow into that?
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest challenge is like how do you parlay what you're doing into something else? Like I think there's always like critical points for businesses where like you start to get cash flow and it's like you people just kind of stop there and then like just kind of get comfortable and it's like no, that's like I feel like that's the time where like you need to like just invest everything you can back into your business or into like a different idea. Because I mean, it depends on your idea, right? If your idea is already, really good and you're picking up momentum, like stick with it. I don't think nobody like an agency is a business where you put $1 in and you get $2 out, or like $1.50 out, right? Or maybe you lose money if you're really inefficient. Like that happens too. But
Real, that's real.
yeah. But like we're looking like a good business is like you put $1 in and you get $5 out, right? That's kind of like that's what we're looking to do. An agency like just by definition can't really ever be that because it relies so much on people. Like it is somewhat scalable, but it's never going to be the thing where you put $1 in and get five out. Unless you've just like made it like stupid simple where you're like, we generate leads for roofers and we have a whole funnel and we have an automation that just replaces like the roofer's name with like another roofer's name and and like we already have the like I think that makes more sense as an agency, but still it's like there's only so much of a total addressable market for that and you can still only charge those people so much at any given point. So
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So I like that you're looking at different options for, expanding and especially expanding in the like the financial side of things too. I think that especially for creative businesses is huge to think about. So now kind of looking at your market. So as a marketing agency, I love to ask you, how are you marketing? How are you like gaining your clients and growing?
yeah, definitely. I think the easiest thing for anyone who's or like marketing agency, roofer, like local or like some sort of agency is like we just do a like we advertise on Facebook, but it's just like a subscription page. Like you sign up and then you take a quiz. So we don't ask people to book a call with us at first because you're just on Facebook because you're just want to be entertained or educated or something, right? You're like kind of you might not be on Facebook to like book a call. Most people are not. And so we usually get their content. It's a pretty simple funnel. We just are like, hey, get the best marketing tips, like delivered straight to your inbox every week. Like put your email in here, and then they go and take a little quiz afterwards, and then they have the option to book a call with us after that. Um, like what we do, I think that makes it really effective is we get a lot of people's like a lot of the emails are just like junk. It's like whoever at gmail.com. But like probably out of 100 emails, there's like seven really good ones in there. And
Mm,
like two of those people are probably going to book a call with you. Um, and like maybe you're going to close one. So, and then, but the other five people in that list that have really good emails, we're sending them a Loom video. We're just like tearing their ads and their like site apart. And since they've already heard of us already, then they're like much more likely to interact with us. And so we book a lot, like when we send those Loom videos, like we like of those other seven, like, or sorry, not seven, of those other five or six people, literally like all of them, or maybe, minus one of them will just like book a call. So pretty much all of them book a call with us after we send them that loan. So yeah.
that's a genius. That's a genius way to kind of get the to keep the pulse on those other emails, those good emails. So and
Yeah.
get them. Yeah, nothing is that's like a great tactic too, because nothing's worse than you're like, oh gosh, I need to fix this now. That's clever. I'm gonna
Yeah.
steal that.
Yeah. Please. I mean, it works. Yeah, it works really well. It works.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I think that's a golden nugget other businesses can take from is just like providing value before the ask. And that's, I think, a great tactic for marketing for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and if you're more knowledgeable than the person they're like using right now, they're likely gonna, swap to you. So
Yeah. Well, that is awesome. So now, looking at your like what's to come, what do you see the company like how are you going to grow in the next 3 to 5 years?
um I don't like really plan that far out. I don't even know what's going to happen like in 3 weeks, but I would say, I would say I would say like, I'm really looking at more things in like smaller time frames. So it's like, I know I need to get out of agency. So it's like, what can I do this year to make like steps towards that? And like one, I'm not trying to solve any money problems. I'm trying to solve time problems. I think that's the biggest thing that I've been learning this year. It's like I need to free up my time, like which means I need to find good people and pay them like good money to like actually like care about what they're, what they're doing. And so, but yeah, like just this year, I'm trying to solve the time because like I'm literally like just working all day because we're growing. And it's like, and if you have an ad agency, your business is based off of your strategy, not other people's strategy. So you have to like find people, you have to train them, you have to fill on your clients. And it's like, that's okay if there's a few clients, but if you get to like the 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 plus point, it just starts to get hectic. So that's what we're solving right now. But if that like once that's solved, um, we're like the next step is like, yeah, there's like so many just little like, I think just stupid SaaS tools you can build with automation. And it's like, I mean, yeah, I think the first one that stuck out to us was like we're using a lot of AI avatars. They're working really well. Can we automate this or most of it? And it was like the answer is yes. So, maybe it's 3 to 5 years, but hopefully it's sooner than that. Like next year, we're hoping to like have that like, going. We're hoping to have like at least, we're hoping to have our goal is to have a few subscribers by the end of the year and then kind of go from there. I mean, we can really build that tool out like once we have proof of concept. So,
Oh, okay. I have two questions for you based off of that. So question one is, what are some of the like strategies that you're doing to get some of your time back? Like, what are you putting in place currently?
yeah, I think I feel like you need like somebody, especially as an owner, like you're not going to do it alone. Like you just need to like I think a lot of us want to make money off of our business like all the time, and it's like dude, like you're gonna need to eat it for like a couple months here and there and just like hire somebody good to like things going. And like yeah, that sucks, and like maybe you don't make the 10, 15, 20K you wanted to that month, but like you need that person to like keep moving forward. And so you just like I think that's something like getting out of the mindset of like this has to be profitable all the time to go into like, okay, it's okay if I like, I mean, I never lose money or want to lose money, but it's okay if I make less this month or break even a month here and there because that sets me up for success later. And a lot of growing business is like trial and error. Like if you had all the answers, you already be a 10 million, $100 million a year business. And so like you need to put like money is a tool and you can use it to figure things out, but don't be scared, don't be scared to use it. And like try and use it to like set yourself up for success later, even if a month or two or three sucks here and there. So
Yeah, that's really big. And my second question is like, how are you finding or how are you searching for the putting that right person in place? Like, are you like going to events? Are you marketing to, how are you finding your people?
yeah, I think honestly for mid-level people, I feel like LinkedIn and Indeed are good. It's like a clown show for like high-level people. I had people like saying they wanted 200K a year for me that like couldn't write a hook for like marketing job. And I'm like, this is like, I don't know who gave you that salary at some B2B like SaaS company, but this is not like this is not
Like, what?
yeah. And so, no, I like I've used Indeed and LinkedIn. It's okay. I like to put like a form at the bottom of my application and tell them to apply on my site. Um, I think like I definitely want someone who's at least going to read my job description well enough to like fill out a form. And like it's surprising the people that you're like, if it's a six-figure salary, and like very surprised at the amount of people that were like not even filling out a form for that amount of money. Um,
Oh,
um,
wow. Like that filters them out real quick.
yeah, yeah. Like you at least need to read the job description and be interested enough to like to like fill out the form. And then a lot of times on the form, I have to put like, do not apply if you don't know XYZ,
Mhm.
because I get people who are like, oh, I did radio advertising for the last 20 years. And I'm like, that's great. That's not what we do.
Yeah.
It's like, don't apply if you don't, know how to build a funnel. You've never built landing pages. You've never like ran an ad. Like you need to have at least 5 years of experience. Like I think putting that really helps, like, because there's just, yeah, people will apply that are just not related at all just because they want a job. Um, and then I think the other thing is just like working through networks, getting in Slack channels, like, I mean, just anything you can think of. Like, yeah, going to events. Like, we go to events. We work through like friends. We ask employees. Oh, actually, this is a really good one. When you interview someone, tell them you might need to hire for somebody else for the job as well, and get them to recommend the best person that they know. And they'll start to recommend people who are like better than them. And then so that's a really good one too. Yeah.
That's a good one to know if I'm
Yeah.
ever asked that in an interview to know what to say now.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd be like, no, honestly, I wouldn't recommend any. I'm the best person that I
Yeah,
know that does this.
matter.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, that's great. Oh my gosh, what good insight. This has been such a fun conversation. Before we kind of get to the end of the conversation, I'd like to dive into some rapid fire questions where I'll be
Mhm.
asking you four questions and you answer very top of mind.
Yeah. Go.
All right. Question number one is, what is a piece of advice you would give to other business owners?
Um, I think, yeah, I think it depends on their stage. I feel like that's actually hard to answer. But like, let's just say in my same stage, I'd be like, yeah, I think it'd be like, I think attitude matters a lot. Like, I've been thinking about that a lot. It's like it's not that fun to work like 12 to 14 hours a day. Like, I would just rather be with my wife or my daughter. Like, that's much better. But you just have to do it. Like, you're not going to do it forever, but like, don't have a like, and most people don't have a bad attitude about it. But I feel like you can get caught up in like, oh, I like, you know, busted it this week, and like this person isn't doing what I need them to do, and like now I have to work more. And then I feel like you can get caught up in a little cycle or like frustrated, and it's like it's okay. It's just part of the process. Like, it's okay. Like,
Mm,
it's part of it. Yeah. So.
that's a
Mhm.
great answer. Very true. It's one I need to remember more as well.
Mhm.
So number two is, what is a key to success for you?
I definitely think like not like really relying on other people. Like, once your business grows to a certain point where like you can't have tabs on everything, which is probably the like probably around the $1 to $2 million range, like really just like letting go. And like relying on other people. Like usually like you start a business because you're really skilled at something, and that has to evolve into like being able to build. Like, I think there's three levels to it. There's like having the skill so you can get freelance work, and then there's like being able to hire people that can fulfill on what you're selling, and
Mhm.
then like training them to fulfill on what you're selling. And then the last level to it is like hiring leaders who can hire like people to fulfill on what you're selling. So um yeah, I think yeah, I think I'm sorry, like my ADD just kicked in. What was the question? I feel like I almost was
What
to
is
my point.
what is a key to success for
Oh,
you?
key to success. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So just relying on other people. Yeah. And I think that's right. That's why I was going on a tangent there. So I really think it's just being able to rely on other people, and not like wanting to do everything yourself, and like also just like I think incentivizing people well, and that's not just like monetarily. Like, I'm very like stern with the people I work with. I'm like, you need to do this, but I'm also like, I don't care what they're doing. They just need to do the job that I ask them to.
Mm,
Um, and I think that's helpful too, because like I've had people like work at jobs where they're on like a Zoom meeting all day, and like I just don't think people like 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 that. It's okay just to make sure they're like doing what they need to be doing. And so like I know like yeah, I think relying on other people is big. That's not something I really thought I would have to do. It's just like, oh, I'm just gonna like build this thing and it'll work. And I think that's what most people think. And then it's like, no, you really have to think about who you're working with. You have to find other people that are motivated, because they want to build something great. And then you also have to trust them. So
that is very true. It's like to
mm,
grow takes a team. It takes, yeah.
yeah.
But that's another, I mean, that's another half hour podcast. Seriously, we could talk about that. Okay, two more rapid fires. The next one is what is it could be like a book, a piece of content, a podcast, just anything that you've taken in recently.
Yeah, I mean, I know I'm sure this has been mentioned like a bunch on this show, but like all the Alex Hermosi like $100 million offers, leads, money models, like I don't like I literally like just reading that I've like has changed my entire business. Like just implementing the things that he's saying to implement have like made me so much more money and also everybody I work with so much more money. And I think that like that I would just like read and like study his book. Like honestly, the biggest thing in business is like your offer, like
Mm,
taking advantage of like I would say the rule of like, comparison. Everybody's comparing when they're shopping. That's what you're doing when you're shopping is comparing. So like starting to get people to compare to things on your site instead of your product to other people's product is like the biggest hack. But yeah, I think definitely any of the Hormozy books, just all of them, and read them at least twice. Like,
mm. Did you get the big green one, right? That's
yeah, the money models one. Yeah, that's the new one. Yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yes, I was on that. I was watching that campaign too.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, and then okay, our fourth one is if you could wave a magic wand and rapidly improve one aspect of your business, what would it be?
Yeah, I think it would just be that everybody would know what I know or is better than me. That would be great. And then I don't have to improve anything else. Then everybody else will do the work for me. So yeah.
You think like I do. You really think like I do. I'm like, who can I put? I used to be scared of that, like
Yeah.
letting go, and now I'm like, nope, I need somebody, and now they're just, yeah, now they're just arriving, and I'm like, this is fabulous. I wish I would have been doing this a year ago.
Yeah.
Amazing. Well, this has been so much fun. Let's connect people with you and your business. How can people find you online?
Yeah. So you can go to adcrunchdigital.com, or email me at andrew@adcrunchdigital.com or text me. I'm going to give you all the mediums at 512-925-7353. Yeah, if you want me to take a look at your site, tear apart your ads, um, let me know. So we do a free consultation. So,
I will take you up on that, actually. I will be
okay.
in touch. But
Okay. I love it.
all right. Well, Andrew, for our final question today, what is most inspiring to you today?
Um, I don't know. I don't know if I have like inspiration. It's just like I just like building things, and I think that's fun. I mean, definitely like am inspired, of course, by like my wife and my kid. But like I just like building things, and it's like fun. And um, yeah, I've always like done it. I've always been like selling things, so I'd say it's just like a gift
Mhm.
that I was given, right? And it's just like it's just fun. Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing that. And thanks for being a guest on the show today. There were so many great nuggets of information that you shared that other business owners, like including myself, were just like nodding along because it's so true. So, thank you for being on the show today.
Yeah, definitely.